Welcome to another episode of Life with Jason, episode 49, My Cup Runneth Over. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the idea of abundance. And what does abundance mean? Many of us often think that it just means something to do with monetary things. But today I'm going to be challenging that idea. So join me on this next journey. Much love. So as I said in the intro, when we often think of the idea of abundance, we think of monetary things like, oh, I've got extra money. I got more than enough money than what I need so I can spread the wealth that way, or I can have these extra toys or other things like that. And I really actually I was inspired yesterday as I was praying into what I was going to speak about this week. And God just brought up this idea of abundance. See, even for myself, I tend to get caught up in the idea that abundance is a monetary thing. Something that is something with intrinsic value in regards to a monetary thing, the things I have, the money I have, the amount of free capital I have to spend, and all that kind of stuff. But it all of a sudden just dawned on me, wait a second, there's so much more to abundance than just the monetary. And I started thinking, how can I give from my abundance, the abundance that I have? Years ago, when I was involved with the church more regularly, I would tithe my 10% of my gross income, plus I would be giving to other organizations and stuff like that. And I was living out of a sense of abundance financially in that regards. And it was kind of almost like a sense of pride for me. And recently, with the way things have been going in my life, I haven't been able to give financially the way that I used to in the past. And it's really struggled, and it's something I've really struggled with, and really has been something that weighed on my mind, because I see myself as a generous person, a person who's willing to give into the causes that I believe in. And I haven't been able to do that. I haven't been able to tithe. I haven't been able to give out of a sense of abundance from my finances. I live paycheck to paycheck, literally, with my current financial budget and stuff like that. And if I'm not working overtime, it really, really restricts what I can do. And so I was really just leaning into that. And God was speaking to me that I have so much more to give than just from a financial standpoint. And I got thinking about how I am giving. I'm giving of myself by spending the time to create these videos, to encourage other people, to offer perspectives, to share where I'm going through, what the journey I'm going through in my life, and the idea and the heart and the passion behind all this is to hopefully inspire those of you who are watching this to see that there's so much more to our lives than some of the things that we sometimes perceive ourselves to be, right? I posted a little message yesterday on TikTok, and that feeds over into my Facebook and stuff like that. But it was just really about a word of encouragement about being an amazing person, because each and every one of us is truly an amazing person. The reason for my last video, and calling it remembrance, and going back into remembering who we are, who God created us to be, is part of that journey. And so my goal, my aspiration, my desire in creating these videos and to lift people up is to make a better world. And I can only and so I'm giving out of the abundance that I have. I'm giving out of the abundance of my heart, my love for the people in my life, and the people that I haven't even met, and and just yeah. So so today's message is about that, is giving from where what you can, and we have to also realize that we have to also receive. You see, for me to be able to give the way I give, the way I'm able to give from my heart and give passionately about the things that I think about, and the things that God gives me to say, and and the things where I'm going through in life and all sort of stuff, is because I am being filled up in ways where I have a group of men. I've shared this before. I have a group of men that um, I am in regular contact with, where that's our whole aspiration, is to lift each other up as men, to help encourage and strengthen us to be vulnerable, and to share the difficulties that we're going through in life, but also to share the wins and the joys and the gratitudes of the good things that are going on in our life, and to really cheer each other on, and to um, just love on each other in a way that empowers us to keep moving forward in life, and to keep growing, and to keep developing into a more centralized person, to find our inner strength, to find our connection with God, and and the world around us. And that's just been a powerful journey for me. I and through that abundance that I've been given, through that, I'm able to give more of myself. And I truly believe that when we come from a point where we are being filled up to the point where our cup is overflowing, that's why I say my cup runneth over. It's not only just a passage from the Bible, but God fills us. When we lean into God, when we lean into others, and we get lifted up and filled up by others, we can then pour over and give back to others in ways that we may not necessarily fully understand or even comprehend. And it can be simple little things like creating this video. It does take time and stuff like that, but it's not a burden to me, and it's not something that I dread doing. I actually enjoy doing this, and and that's why I want to expand it, to create better content, and to expand um, my sphere of influence. Not because I think I've got it all together, I know better than anybody else. It's nothing to do with that at all. I just feel that, we need people to be speaking up about and lifting each other up and encouraging each other, and helping to push each other forward through this journey of life, to bring us closer to our connection with God. And I know some of you don't believe in God, but most of you understand that there is a source of something that is beyond what we may be able to recollect for some of us. We're all here for a divine purpose. And God created us out of love. And He created us to be love. And He created us to be communal, and to share, and to be an intimate part of each other's lives. And I understand that we can't be intimate with everybody, right? We only have so much so much room for allowing so many people into our lives on a deep level. But we can still, through our inpour, we can also outpour to a greater audience, to a greater sphere of people. And even though we may not be as intimately connected to the people in the outer rings of our circle, the way we project ourselves, the way we energize, and the way we speak into people's lives has a far-reaching effect, even to those people in the outer sphere of our influence. And so that's really the heart of my message today, is to just really learn to live into that outpouring. And I truly believe that when it comes, when you're truly filled up and you're truly giving out of that abundance, whether it be financially, whether it be of your time, whether it be through how you treat others and respond to others, you won't get any burnout from it. You won't get any sense of dread. Oh, here I am doing it again. Because as you get filled up and as you're overflowing, it just comes out naturally to you. And so my encouragement to you today is to find people in your life that are willing to help pour into your life, to lift you up and to feed into you, so that you in turn can feed into others and live in that form of an abundant lifestyle. Because that, I believe, is where that's what's going to change this world dramatically. If everybody's living out of that sense of abundance, where we can just pour into each other's lives and just keep pouring and pouring and pouring, and as we're pouring, we're getting poured into, it'd be an amazing gift, and it'd transform this world in a dramatic way. I was on a social media app yesterday. I'm on TikTok as well. I'm on Instagram. Most of the stuff I put on TikTok, I put on my feed on Instagram and on Facebook and stuff like that. So I don't post directly on Instagram too much, but I'm on TikTok, and my goal is to increase my presence on TikTok. But I was on a Bigo. Bigo is another app just like TikTok. It may not be as well known, but the difference between Bigo and TikTok is TikTok you have to have 1,000 followers to be able to go live. Bigo you can start going live right off the hop. And so I'm experimenting with it and trying it out. And I was on there for an hour and a half yesterday, and I met a couple of great ladies who are from Africa, and just started chatting with them, and it's just an amazing gift to be able to speak into people's lives and just share with what I'm going through in life and where I'm going and what I see this world going through, and what I see coming, the positive things I see coming in life, and just really to just share from my heart. And it was just a really neat experience to be able to share that with people in a live setting. And these are people I just met. And so it's yeah, I'm just on a really interesting journey. I'm really stretching myself in this way, and different ways to meet new people. Now, obviously, I want to get out of this house and meet people socially in offline and stuff like that as well. And so I'm working towards finding social things that I can do where I can meet people and stretch myself in that regards, because it's that's a part of life here where we have to learn to keep growing and keep stretching ourselves a little bit more. See, as I stretch myself, my container becomes bigger, and as my container becomes bigger, more can get poured in, which means that more can get poured out, which feeds that cycle of abundance. And as I become encouraged, and as I become empowered, as I see more value in myself, I can then pour that value into others. And so and that's just been really the heart of most of my messages on here, is to help others to really see the value in themselves. I've been taking the time to exercise daily, drop my weight, to change my appearance, you know? And it's not for me. I don't, yeah, I do post about those landmark things on social media, and I do enjoy the encouragement and the responses and the love and the feedback I get from that. And, and, and I'm not doing it out of vanity. I'm doing it, because I love myself and in a healthy way. And I'm doing it so, and I'm showing others that it's okay to celebrate yourself and to really enjoy that. I'm discovering new things about myself all the time. And and that's just part of the amazing journey that I've been on. And I just want to encourage others to go on a similar journey where they are discovering more things about themselves and making that transformation into a more full, grounded, rounded out person that we saw if you participated in the meditation from last week. That person, when you close your eyes and you just see this person who is centered, grounded, and just present and full and healed and abundant and loving and caring and whatever else you want to add to that. See, it's from there that we can reach out into the world and make a huge difference. Pour out. Take time to take in. Take in from those around you who are going to lift you up and encourage you. We it's so easy to get caught up in the distractions of life. I do it. I get caught up in it too. I do. I have. and there's a time and place for that too. We're not all perfect. We're not all going to be perfect. And that's okay. But we can continue to march forward and keep making great progress and keep looking, being present now. That's the thing. Is being present now. Living in the moment. You can't change the past. You can only be in the present. And how you formulate yourself in the present, how you continue to grow in the present, projects into the future of how you're going to be. And if you keep going on that path of growth and lifting and climbing and climbing and climbing, yeah, at times you may hit a plateau. And that's okay too. You might even dip down a little bit from time to time. And that's okay as well. But have that vision, have that strength, have that courage to be present, fiercely present in the now. To live your life and to receive the good things that are around you. Have the ability to filter out the negative that is around you. And that includes the negative that comes up here. Bring into your life those things that lift you up, that encourage you. Have inspiring quotes around your home. Listen to content creators that are giving you a sense of purpose in life and lifting you up and giving you a sense of value and really learning how to appreciate yourself. Because it's from from taking all that in that you can then pour it all out. And I know that each and every one of you has that ability within you to love on a whole different level than you've ever really thought possible. And to pour out from a way that you've never thought possible. And I'm not talking like you have to be out there in the world doing missionary stuff and whatever else. Like I said, it's all about being present and being in the moment. And just being willing to give of yourself in the moment. It doesn't have to be all the time and every day. And even Jesus in the Bible, Jesus had to take time to himself to rest and recuperate. There were times where he sent the crowds away so he can be in solitude, to be by himself, to get re-energized and revigorated and rejuvenated. Because he recognized that even with himself, with the divine spark of God within him, being a part of God himself in the flesh, knew that he needed that rest so that he could pour out to others, so that he could provide all those healing and miracles and other things that he did throughout his ministry. So, yeah, I just want to encourage you to live your life in the best way that you can. And abundance isn't always about the financial and the monetary things. It's about a heart attitude. It's about living your life as if you've got an abundance to give. And so you just give of yourself in the ways that you can. And if it is financially, great. If it's through other means, if it's through your time or through your just your kindness, your way of being, that's perfectly awesome. You see, God doesn't care about money. He doesn't. God doesn't care about how much money you give to the church. He truly doesn't. Do you think God needs our money? He doesn't. He doesn't need our money at all. God is the infinite. He created everything that is around us. So what would God need our money for? There's a reason why God has asked us to tithe and give to the church in a monetary way. It has a lot more to do with our hearts than it is to be about our ability to give. You see, when we are developing that connection to God, we got to be willing to let go of the things of the world around us. You see, God doesn't want us to be tied down to the things of this world. He doesn't want us tied down to the monetary things. We get entrapped in that. We get caught up in it all because we enjoy the things that money can provide. And there's nothing wrong with that in and of itself. But when it becomes such a driving force to earn in order to have, instead of recognizing that you have already, then it takes away from that connection, because we begin to idolize the stuff that we're striving for. And when you talk about these multi-millionaires and these big billionaires and all that sort of stuff, right? One of the famous quotes, and for some reason his name is escaping me at the moment, but they asked him the question. He was a multi-billionaire, and they asked him the question, "So when, sir, is it going to be enough?" And his response was, "Oh, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more." Warren Buffett. That's the fellow's name. Warren Buffett. And so, think about that. If we get all caught up in the monetary are the things that of our lives, and we just want a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and it becomes this, um, yeah, and we can get so profound, or we can perceive that we have lack because, well, I don't have the things that this person has that I really want, and so because I don't have those things, I'm lacking for some reason in my life. See, it's very easy to get caught up in that. Sometimes get caught up in that, especially like I said, when I'm living paycheck to paycheck, right? It means I just got to be more diligent, and I got to be happy with the things that I have. I've got more. I've got more here than probably millions of people around the world. I have an abundant lifestyle. I just got to remember that. And so, because I can't give in the way that I perceive that I should be giving, which is through monetary things, I gotta remember that, wait a second, there's more to this life than just the monetary. And that was why I shared all this stuff at the beginning of the first part of this podcast, is because there is so much more to life than the monetary. And so what are your thoughts on that? What are some of the ways that you can give more abundantly in your life from the things that you have without changing really anything of what you're doing? Think about that for a moment. Now, as usual, I'm coming to the end of this video, and I would just like to invite you to share this video. You see, one of the ways that I can be more abundant in helping others and to sharing my message is through you guys actually sharing my videos to others that you feel could use a word of encouragement, or to see a different perspective of life, to maybe have a word of encouragement that to lift them up, to see that, you know what, they're a lovely person. I don't know, whatever it is, but you can help me by sharing these videos. You can help me by spreading the word. You can help me by hitting the like buttons or the rumble buttons or whatever platform you're watching this on. You can subscribe to my channel, and you know what? Feedback, encouraging comments, anything like that. It'd be much appreciated. So have yourselves an amazing day. You're all beautiful people. I love you all very much. And until next time, much love.